Now we can move to the secure wireless network design. We need to apply security from the point of design of the network. So the design itself, how can it be secure while applying the wireless networks and while merging the wireless network with the wired ones? Let's have a look at this diagram. This diagram is just a modification of the preceding diagram that contained no wireless networks. We have just added and amended here the wireless network section. So let's have a look at the internet that is connected to the network of the organization through a border router and then through a multi-homed firewall. The section at the right is the same section we have seen before. Switches that are connected to servers. Some of them may be the demilitarized zone, some of them may be the internal network of the organization, and some of them can contain the workstations inside the internal network of the organizations, the workstations where the employees can work. So this the section at the right is pretty well known to us. The section at the left of the firewall is the new section. We can see that we have several wireless access points, WAP wireless access points, that are connected to a segregated switch, a separate switch from all the other network that is communicating all the wireless access points together. So we can see some features of security here in this design that can be demonstrated through first installing all the wireless access points on a segregated switch. Then this segregated switch is connected to the internal network through the firewall and not directly connected to the wired network. So by these two security features you can have some guarantee and some safe precautions that your wireless traffic will not sneak through to the wired network and wired infrastructure uninvestigated. It will be investigated first, it will be checked by the firewall first, and the firewall will decide either to accept or reject this traffic. And one more thing, if it happened that an attacker tries to access your network through this wireless section, so it will be accessing the segregated switch. If it happened that this switch get compromised, so it will only keep compromised by itself and it will not move the attack to other switches because it is separated and segregated from other switches, and the traffic passing from it to other switches is checked and investigated by the firewall. Let's observe here also that the wireless devices having a separate switch that contains no wire devices at the same time. So it looks like a separate network that is connected to another network without any merging between them. All the traffic passing from the wireless network to the wired network is investigated and checked by the firewall, as you can see. So this is a point of design. This is a point that you can take into consideration while designing your network with its both wired sections and wireless sections. Let's summarize here some points about the wireless security. You should consider design at all layers of the OSI model, at the physical layer, at the data link layer. At the physical layer you should minimize the coverage area. You should know about the coverage area of your wireless network. At the data link layer you should secure your access point because it's a device working at layer 2. At layer 3 you should have a look at the routers and the access control lists they are applying on this layer between the wired and the wireless. So at every layer of the ISO-OSI model, 7 layers, you have some measure and some action and some procedure of security that you can apply. You need to identify specific areas of coverage that is under control and that is not extending to outside your premises. You should audit your wireless LANs for rogue and unauthorized clients and rogue unauthorized access points that has been installed without your permission as security specialist inside the place. You should consider deploying wireless intrusion detection system. You should consider setting up a wireless IDS such as a sniffer or something that has some rules to generate alerts upon. You should migrate to WPA version 2 because it is the current and the unbroken so far encryption algorithm used by the wireless networks, and keep in mind the AES or the Advanced Encryption Standard, which is a component inside the WPA2. Now let's have a look at a tool, a software tool that is used to locate access points and determine their SSIDs. Determine and show me on its screen their SSIDs, even if it is hidden SSIDs. So it shows me the SSIDs both broadcasted and hidden. It shows also the MAC addresses of the access point itself, which is the hardware address of the device network adapter. It shows the SSID as 32 character ID that acts like a password on a wireless LAN if it is hidden. The name of the access point if it is available, I mean if it is set. The channel that the access point is using, the channel, remember the channels, and the bandwidth used divided into several channels, and there is a guard band between each of them, and some access points use channels 1, some access points use channels 7, 5, 11 and so on to keep the interference between the access point as low as possible. It shows the vendor of the access point. It shows that this access point is of brand so and so. It shows the encryption algorithm used inside this access point, whether it is WEP or another algorithm. So it shows some useful information about this access point. And remember, this tool can be used by security officer to know about his wireless network with permission, and can be used also by an attacker to know about the wireless network of someone else without permission. The difference between using this software by a security officer or by an attacker is the permission. The word permission should be a keyword inside our head. This is a sample of the output of the insider software. Now you can see the MAC address of the access point, the SSID, serve set, and the identifier of the network it is running, the name of the access point, the channel used, and here it is 666 for all, the vendor of the access point and the company that has produced this access point, the type AP is access point, the encryption whether it is WEP or other encryption algorithm. We are here focusing on the weakness of WEP, that it is easily broken and can be easily broadcasted through this access point. You can find at the left side of this diagram some of the access points displayed with channels, SSIDs and filters and things like this. You can use insider software that has so many softwares that can work with the same way. You can use this insider to draw a map of the wireless network inside your organization and know much more information about them inside your organization while setting up this software on your laptop and moving freely inside the organization. It's lightweight and it can draw a map for your network easily, and it needs no much experience to be set up and to be run inside your network. Thank you.